There once lived a young couple in love in a mountain village. The girl's name was maiv and the boy's name was tooj. Their love was pure and deep like a great tree rooted firmly in the earth, but their happiness did not last long. You see, Mavzua's parents did not approve of Toojli's. Your family is not a good match. They said, we will not give you to him. So Mevzu's parents sent her away to live with her aunt in another land, hoping this would end her relationship with Tulis. However, it only made the young lovers more determined to be together. Tules missed Mevzug every day, and at night he would look up at the sky and weep. One night he could no longer endure the pain of being separated from his beloved, and he decided to end his life. He hanged himself. His spirit left his body and returned as a ghost. One dark night, Mebius was peacefully sleeping at her aunt's house. Suddenly she heard someone calling her name. When she opened the door, she saw Tulis standing there. He looked the same as always. His face was gentle, his voice soft. Mavzug could not believe her eyes. Could it really be Toojlis? What was he doing here? Toojlis entered the room and sat down next to Mavzug. She could feel his sadness and longing, though he didn't say a word. Mevzuag reached out and held his hand. Suddenly she shivered. Tulis, your hand is cold like ice. Are you ill? She asked, worried. Tulis only smiled faintly and whispered, it's nothing, I only came to be with you. Then he vanished. Meizuo was left alone in the darkness, holding on to the lingering coldness where Toojlis had sat. Confused and frightened, she quickly locked the door and tried to go back to sleep, but how could she sleep? All night she could hear the sound of footsteps outside her house, and sometimes she would see a white shadow passing by her window. Then she would hear Toojlis's voice calling her name. When the first light of dawn appeared, the strange sounds and sights outside the house gradually disappeared, and Toojlis never came to her again. For many days after that, Mevius couldn't focus on anything else but Toojlis. She missed him so much. She recalled their sweet moments together and wondered why he had come to visit her as a ghost. She missed him so much that she became seriously ill hearing this. Her aunt rushed over from the next room and said, Mevzuag, what's wrong with you? Tell me, who are you thinking of? Mevzuag struggled to speak. I think I have a fever, Auntie, she murmured. Her aunt helped her lie down on the bed and said, don't talk anymore. You need to rest. Then she went out to find some medicine for her. Mavzug was left alone in the room. She closed her eyes and fell into a deep sleep. When she woke up, her fever was gone, but she was still very weak. Auntie, she called out, did I really have a fever? Yes, child, you were burning up with a high fever. I gave you some medicine. Now you should be fine, her aunt replied, coming over from the other side of the room. Thank you, Auntie. Meizuo sat up in bed and suddenly remembered what happened last night. Auntie, she said, who was that person who visited me last night? Who was he? Her aunt's expression changed slightly. Who was it? She asked. A young man, about my age, with an emaciated face and icy cold hands, Meizuo replied. Her aunt hesitated for a moment, then said, you must have seen a ghost, child. There are often strange things happening around here. If you see ghosts or spirits, don't interact with them. Don't let them touch you. Mavzug nodded obediently, although she didn't know why her aunt was so afraid of the mysterious young man. After recovering from her illness, Mavzug returned to her normal life. However, she couldn't stop thinking about the young man she met. Was he really a ghost? Why did he come to her? And why did he have such cold hands? She couldn't understand. One day, a relative from her old village came to visit her. As soon as he arrived, he sat down and wept, saying, Mevzug, don't you know? Tooj has been dead for several months. He has already been buried. Mevzug's heart trembled. Her vision darkened. She recalled the icy cold hands she had felt. The mysterious young man had told her his name was Tolls. Could he really be the Tolls from her childhood? Was the young man who had been haunting her house at night really Tolls? Was he really dead? Her whole body shook. It was then she realized the truth. The love she had felt, the warmth she had experienced was no longer from a living man. Instead, it was from a spirit who still yearned for her. Maiv didn't tell anyone about what had happened. She kept it in her heart until one night she dreamed of tooj. In her dream, tooj looked sad. He walked towards her and said, "Maiv, why don't you come and be with me? We can be together forever." "Tooj, I miss you so much," maiv replied. "I miss you too, maiv, but it's time to let go. You have to move on. Don't wait for me anymore. I won't return." After saying that, tooj disappeared. Maiv woke up from her sleep and burst into tears. At that moment, she understood. Tooj loved her so much that he was willing to give up his afterlife just to let her go. She should have let him go long ago. Now he wouldn't even recognize her. She shouldn't have clung to the hope of being reunited with him in this life. She cried bitterly for her lost love, for her foolishness. The next day, she wrote a letter to her parents asking to return home. She didn't know if tooj was still haunting her house, but she was certain that she didn't want to be haunted by him anymore. She wanted to put an end to everything. On the journey home, Maiv told her parents everything that had happened. When her parents heard this, they were very surprised. They didn't know that tooj had come back as a ghost to find maiv. Her mother hugged her tightly and said, "My dear daughter, I'm sorry we didn't let you marry tooj. I'm sorry we caused you so much pain. You don't have to blame yourself. It wasn't your fault. It was our fault. We are sorry." Her father also said, "Yes, child, we are sorry. If you hadn't gone to live with your aunt, maybe tooj wouldn't have died. We are so sorry." Maiv shook her head. "No, it's not your fault. I was the one who didn't understand. I was the one who didn't let go." After returning home, Maiv visited tooj's grave. She knelt beside it and said, "Tooj, I'm sorry I didn't let go sooner. I'm sorry I hurt you. I'll never forget you. I love you." After that, she stood up and went home. From then on, Maiv never spoke of tooj again. She missed him every day, but she never forgot the pain he had suffered because of her. She lived her life for herself and for tooj. She believed that one day they would meet again in a better world. Friends, do you know of any similar stories? Please share them below, and don't forget to subscribe. Thank you for watching. See you next time.